Calgary Folk Club is so thrilled to welcome you back to the Folk Club on February the 6th. Irish, we can hardly wait.
It has been too long for me. I can't wait to get back. I've said it many times. I just love working with you guys. Your crowds are exceptional. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
Yeah, well, and don't be spreading the word that you've been had to wait so long because usually we have a 3-year turnaround and it hasn't been that. Um, but I knew that
Hasn't
yeah, that's generally
it?
what we do at the club. So we're super excited to have you back. And Echo will be the first up that night. So we've got a bit of a PEI theme going on, although neither of your artists, neither you or in Echo are, native PEI. But what is it? Is some
No,
water in that province or what's going on there? So much creativity.
it is God's island. I absolutely love it. There's something definitely in the water and in the surrounding waters. No, look, the level of artistry that is on the island, comes to the island, remains on the island, is going around the world, that's connected to the island. It's magical. It's magical.
Yeah. And, I know you've got a new album coming out this year
Yeah.
at some point,
Hmm.
hopefully late spring, early summer.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
title for it yet?
You know what? If you asked me on Monday, it would be one thing. If you asked me on Wednesday, it'd be another thing. It's one of those things where I kind of have a think about it, and then I go, that's a really strong name. I'll go with that. And then I'm like, this is a really strong name. I'll go with that. So maybe I'll ask your audience during the show.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they would be happy to oblige. And I know that you're going to be playing some songs from the new
Yeah.
albums, the new work, because you've been writing prolifically.
Yeah.
And, I know people will be disappointed if you don't do some of the favorites.
Very valid, very valid. I will, I promise. I'll throw in some of the good sing-alongs.
Yeah. Well, and the thing with having a huge successful album like Little Bones, the
Mm,
Juno nominations and
mm.
awards at the Yin Yang, it's like, you know, it's like being the younger brother or sister of like a sibling that has done this incredible stuff. It's kind of like there's a little bit of hesitancy around getting it born, I would imagine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we've known each other some years now, Susan, and I'm quite a confident person, and I'm confident in who I am and what I do, and I think you need to be when you get to a certain level. But yeah, this one, I think it's also because there's been so much time between the two albums that uh, a little bit of self-confidence kind of problem kind of seeped in, and I was like, these songs good enough, and I would shelve songs and then come back to them and go, yeah, no, this is really good, and then I would go, yeah, but is it a Let Them In? Is it a Little Bones? Is it a Maria? Is it a and then you start to get in your own head, but these songs are personal, they're topical, they're apt for the world we live in right now. And so sometimes you just got to dig your heels in and let them fly.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, and you know how to dig your heels in and let it fly. And the kinds of topics that you write about, I mean, the world has shifted so much in the last 5 years. So
Yep,
many things that have happened so quickly, and about the time that you think you've got your finger on the pulse of it, the pulse changes and the finger changes, and it's like
yep,
what's going on is hardly things that we couldn't have imagined. They were
no,
they were weird science fiction or weird like
yeah,
futuristic, like that's not going to happen, that can't happen here, and
mm,
and then it does, and then
yep,
what's normal shifts, and you've really based your career on like telling it like it is and
hmm
holding up a mirror for people to go, oh. And so that mirror has been like shattered and rebuilt and shattered and rebuilt. And so you're kind of chasing that, I would imagine, as well. So,
yeah, yeah. I think those are the ones that I excited is the wrong word, but I dig into a lot, and I'm like, right, this is something that's happening right now. I need to. It's appalling, or it's amazing, or whatever it may be, and I want to write about it. And those ones I can dig into. It's the ones I'll tell you. It feels like sometimes I'm writing a song that I wrote 20 years ago. That is the frustrating thing. you know, and Let Them In was first started and written and first played years ago, and then I slightly tweaked it, and then it went on Little Bones, and I tweaked it just a tiny bit to make it valid for today, and that's annoying. I think the most frustrating thing about the world is we keep doing the same nonsense over and over again.
Yeah.
It's happening. We all know what's happening today has happened before. And you know, weak men leave big shadows in their wake. And it's a scary time. It's a scary time, and the
And
misinformation and all that. So it's 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 difficult to not write about it,
exactly.
and it's difficult to not stand your ground. I mean, I've had very few, but I've had some people kind of go, "Hey, listen, stick to singing and leave the politics out." And I'm like, I answer every one, and I'm like, "You've obviously never come to my shows. You've obviously you know nothing about me. You saw the name Irish and you thought you were going to a diddly night, and I get it, I get it." But for someone who's obviously on the internet the whole time, getting their information and getting their medical advice, maybe go on the website.
Mhm.
Maybe
Well,
check out who you're going to see.
I appreciate how you said
Excuse me.
weak men leave big shadows, and I would say
Mhm.
strong women who have strong voices leave big impact. And, thank you for being that. And I'm going to tell you, without having heard the new songs, that I know that they're not only good enough, I know that they're going to be stellar because that's what Irish does. And they're going to be
Stop it.
delivered in a way that's going to connect with people. And it may not be all that comfortable immediately,
Mm-mm.
and you also provide that hope, and there is a light somewhere, and you help us find that as well. So thank you
Mhm.
for being a voice about what is happening in our worlds. I know that for you, not only are you from Ireland, living in Canada with a partner who's from Denmark and living in Denmark
America.
part-time, it's like the squeeze that you must be feeling. I think that perspective needs to be heard. And I know
Mm.
that you will have the articulate, poetic, amazing way of communicating that because that's who Irish is.
Stop it. I want to bottle that and then listen to that every 2 to 3 days. Make me feel good.
Well,
No, thank you so much, thank you so much. I mean, one thing I do want to say as well. I know we're running out of time, but nothing I do, nothing I write, uh, it, none of it matters unless you put it out in front of the crowd. And and that was always my biggest, I thought was my biggest talent. It wasn't my voice, it wasn't the guitar work, it wasn't the songwriting. It was always the delivery, how I deliver it to the crowd, what I've said before, what I say after. That I think is my biggest forte. And I'm not there to rant and to rave and to preach to people who are, exhausted from working one, possibly two jobs all week. So they don't want to come and get something hit over the head with. Um, so that's why also I put in a lot of humor into my songs, and I try and deliver difficult, difficult subjects in a way where I'm not going, see, why didn't you know about this? See, it's more like, huh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna dig into that when I get home. And if I can have someone a month after they've been at the show look up something, that I've talked about, then I've done my job. I've done my job.
nice. Well, and yes, I would say that is your forte. And along with it is fantastic guitar work, amazing vocals, incredible stage presence, and that beautiful way that you connect with the audience. So thank you so much for coming to the Calgary Folk Club. February the 6th. Tickets are on sale. If you're in the Calgary area, you want to be in the seats. If you are not in the Calgary area, it's okay. You can have Irish on your home television with your own bowl of popcorn and bottle of wine because we do an online show, and the proceeds of that go directly, do not pass go to the artists. So, you know, doesn't matter where you are. It's good for 72 hours. You don't have to stay up late or anything. You can, and they can have an Irish Mythen watch-a-thon. So
Do
I'm
it.
hoping
Do
that
it.
that many of your fans around the world, because I know that they stretch from Australia to Europe to through Canada, other places that we won't mention. And so that, so I hope that they'll join us. February the 6th,
Yeah.
calgaryfolkclub.com for tickets. We'll see you there, and we're so looking forward to it. Thanks for spending some time with me today, Irish.
Thank you. I can't wait. And I'll see you all on the road. Okay, be safe and I'll see you soon.